Welcome to Professor Sky's Spam channel, where I talk about anything other than new music. Now, as you can tell by the name of this video, I want to talk about who I consider to be the best video game adversary of all time. Now, I want to provide a little bit of suspense and not tell you right away what it is. But I'm going to tell you it's kind of a thinker. I could have gone with Mike Tyson, who I could never beat when I was younger, or I could have gone with Bowser, who is my preferred character in Mario Kart. But I was thinking about it recently. As I've mentioned on this channel, I watch a lot of Let's Play of Super Mario World and Super Mario Brothers and Mario Maker, and I realized, really, it's Boo. Boo is the character that interests me the most. And I'm not going to get into the history. I mean, I have the Wikipedia open right behind the camera here, and I could read it to you. I guess it debuted in Super Mario Brothers 3. I swear I remember it in earlier Mario Bros, but what do I know? I'm not a video game guy. I guess it was partly modeled after one of Shigeru Miyamoto's friends who was really shy. I don't really buy any of that sort of cutesy corporate stuff from Nintendo. I think this is just an artistic decision, and I think it's one that really deserves a lot of thought. It's such an interesting and menacing figure in all of the games where it is. Now, if you don't know, Boo is a character which is a ghost, which always stops its progress whenever you look at it. So, it has this predictability to it, where, all you have to do to not be haunted by the ghost is confront it. But if you turn away from it, it will engulf you. Now, spiritually, I think that's important. I think that's a necessary metaphor for how should we confront the past, If we confront the past, if we deal with history, we will not be consumed by it. But if we turn our backs on it and we pretend as though history didn't happen, as though conflicts and oppression that are in the past, they didn't happen, we will eventually be consumed by that history. It's also such a fun thing in games to see because it creates this tension where you can never really feel safe. And in order to keep yourself safe, you constantly have to look backwards a little bit. Because Mario Brothers is always about forward momentum and going forward. But the only way to really avoid this foe is to look backwards. And in all the history of ever playing Mario, and I played a lot of Mario, especially when I was younger, I'm almost never killed by boos. I mean, almost never. They're not that dangerous of a foe. They're not that menacing, actually. How many people have thrown down their controller because of a boo? Very rarely. You also can't kill them, They're unkillable because they represent the past. They represent ghosts. They represent history. They're not a Koopa. They're not a Bowser. They're not one of those weird kids that Bowser has, or there's even weirder rabbits, whatever the hell that is. What happened over at Nintendo with their boss making? A bunch of rabbits. I find that this simple character, easy to draw, easy to see, easy to read, and yet I can't think of any character that is this unique. Every platformer has variations of the Koopas and the Goombas, etc. But it really is the Boo that, in my opinion, makes the whole Mario series really jump out as having this menacing, scary... Did you see that? Oh my God. It literally got closer. It literally got closer. If you're one of my Patreons and you want this drawing, just send me a message on Patreon. I'll send it when I eventually send out the rest of the stuff. So, first come, first serve. So hey, maybe you want to join my Patreon to get this beautiful blue-tongued Boo. So that's just my little theory as to why Boo. Now here's some interesting facts about Boo from the Wikipedia, in case you didn't know. It was originally named Boo Diddley after Bo Diddley, the great blues guitarist. It does show the interesting, bizarre relationship that Nintendo has with American pop music. Apparently in Japanese, it's called Teresa, which means like shyness. So not only does it represent the need that we have to confront our past, it also represents our need to like, it also represents shyness because that's part of it. When you look at it, it covers up its face because it's shy. So it's both a representation of the never relenting ghost of history, and it's an avatar for shyness. How shyness is nice, but shyness will stop you from doing all the things in life you want to. That's also what the boo tells you. It tells you all that. Am I going crazy in my office? Did I have a meeting with my dean and I now have an hour and a half to kill until I have a meeting with chairs and directors where I have to sit around in a room and with my damn mask on and talk about our college? Yeah, that's what's happening. But I'm serious about this boo thing. You can tell me in the comments what's a better video game villain. And don't come at me with Kratos or Elden Ring, the underpants. I don't care about any of that. I'm talking about this kind of villain. This kind of like persistent foe who jumps up again. Does anything have the intellectual power and drive and meaning of Teresa, of Boo? Or as he's called in Korea, apparently in Korea, he is an onomatopoeia of being shy, which is buke bu buki buku buku. Buku buku. This is why you can't trust Wikipedia. How can you have an onomatopoeia of being shy? Buku buku. I don't know. All right, well, until next time, let me know if you enjoy this kind of I'm going crazy in my office content, or if you want me to talk more about video games, because, I don't know, people seem to like that on this. Until next time, keep your eye on history. And there's the camera.